I was looking at your chart. We have something almost in common in the sense that both of our emotional centers are wide open. What that means is like normally we're even keeled by ourselves.
Yeah.
But being in a room or a meeting and we are susceptible to other people's emotions. And so sometimes it's really hard for us because we're like, how do we deal with this? I'm sure what you were dealing with was not only your emotions, it was everybody else's emotions in there. And so you having a tool right then and there that can help you process that is huge. Yeah, like that's a big one. And just having that like protection for yourself going into a place of being like, okay, I am more susceptible to the excitement around me, and so I just find with people with that, like, when we walk into a room, we can feel it. We can
Yeah.
feel the energy.
I work with a lot of empaths. And so, one thing too, I'll say if you're a beginner, a lot of people get caught up on the words like, oh, what if I'm saying the wrong thing? And I would say just tap on the point and say, if you can identify the emotion, great. If not, that's okay. But right here, right now, I'm safe. Like, and just repeating that right here, right now, I'm safe. Or it's okay for me to be feeling this emotion right now. Right here, right now, I'm safe. With what you just said about an open emotions center in my design, working with empaths, so much I've had to learn on my own, especially being with my husband and living together, but being around other people and absorbing other people's energy. I actually, when I'm just working with a one-to-one client, I take an emotions evaluation and how they process emotions. And with empaths, because they absorb energy, I support them in saying, maybe you just hung out with somebody and then you just went home and you're feeling this like cloud or just this anxiousness. Just go to the side and say, even though I'm feeling this way, I don't think it's mine. And I'm just going to give it up right now. And so, even though I'm feeling this emotion, it's feeling really intense, I'm feeling in my body, I really don't think this is mine. And it's not my responsibility to hold on to it. So I just give it up right now and just keep tapping on that until you start to feel that release. And that is so powerful, especially when you're in relationship with somebody and you are an empath, because you're naturally going to absorb what your partner is feeling. You're in the same house, you love them, you're connected at that heart center. And so it's easy to just absorb it because we don't really recognize it, like you said, just being in a room with people and things. And that has been so helpful. One client that I was working with, they really absorbed energy. And it was just so wonderful to see them transform in terms of they'd come back at a session and be like, I just went to a work meeting that I was like feeling so anxious about. And I came home energized. Like instead of the fear because I wasn't attached to like what other people were feeling. And like I actually came home energized. It's such a great tool for empowerment because you get to help yourself. And definitely with that and just repeating like this energy isn't mine. So I'm just going to give it up right now.
Yeah, I had a podcast episode with someone else that specializes in human design, and with her emotional center open, she's a little bit different. She said that she didn't really have empathy because it overwhelmed her so much, she wouldn't recognize it in someone else, and so something that helped her was just to say, "I see you're feeling anxious." Like, just repeating back, like, that feeling someone else's has. It's like setting that boundary of, "You're the one anxious, I'm not, so I'm not gonna absorb that." And I was like, yeah, it's these simple practices. Like, sometimes I tend to complicate things, and I never really thought about tapping with my emotions. Like, I was always like, "What's the problem? Let me get deep. Let me make it this big complex thing," and just being like, "Oh, I'm disappointed. So I'm just gonna tap on being disappointed." My theme right now in my life is simplify, and so that really helps for me to
Amen.
implement tapping more into my life of just if I'm feeling emotion, I can tap it out. I can work that through, and so that's great. I love that tip.
Yeah, it can be very simple.
Welcome to Float Activity, the channel that guides you on a transformative journey towards spiritual wisdom, self-development, and healing practices, all aimed at elevating your intuition and aligning you with your soul's purpose. I'm your host, Cara Dempsey, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me as we learn together. Please subscribe and share this with a friend to help grow my channel. I appreciate you, and we'll chat soon.